Hi guys. So tonight I believe it's the 6th of November, and I decided to record this because I'm sitting outside and everything's really calm and I'm having some wine, and I started thinking about this journey, how long it really has been, and I had an image pop into my head. And the image was of Shiva when Shiva first appeared to humanity. Um, and the first people he appeared to were to women. Okay. And Shiva, when he showed up, when he reappeared, because remember, all the universes are created by Shakti Shiva, right? But in this vision that I just had, Shiva is walking through the village, and I realized that when we think about our journey, we have to think about time. We have to think about, like, when's the first time we heard a story about this journey. So you really have to go through all of the archives. You have to find out all of the literature. You have to find out the mythology, the anthropology. You have to find. You have to look into the artifacts and archaeology, because philosophy, I think I said that, but I'm not sure. But anyway, we have to look at every place that there has been these stories, and where did we first hear about it. And there is a story that I was hinting at a minute ago of Shiva in India, where he attracts all the women by walking through the village naked, and he ended up pissing off all of the Shiites, I think is the name. Please forgive me if I'm saying it wrong. But some of the shamans, let's say that, okay, even though it's the feminine version, but some of the shamans in, let's say priests, because they weren't shamans, because priests to me are a little bit different. Like, nothing against priests, but theirs is more of a, oh, I guess, yeah, if you listen to the whole story, that fits too. But they're so by the book, whereas shamans are so by the spirit. So they respond and they hear from the spirit, not from themselves, not from their egos. They know the difference, and so anyway, in the story, Shiva pisses them all off because their women, their wives, go bonkers over Shiva with this hair and these locks and this features and this handsome face and this body they've never seen, and he's stark naked, so he's sporting his phallus and with no shame, and Shiva, if you look in the history books as well as in the mythology, he always wears like a loincloth. So him walking around naked would have drove, especially as a celestial being, would have drove these women nuts, and for some reason that image just popped into my head, and I started thinking about the twin flame journey in general and where we can see ourselves at right now. And when we look at ourselves that way, all of a sudden the verbiage or the character karmic now makes more sense, because these are beings that have been inside of Shakti as well as Shiva's life for billions. Okay, if you ask the historians, the ones that are going before the Vedics and the other writings were put into place, they were telling these stories, they were passing them down. So these were like way longer, and most of the real stories that we're getting, all of our little romance stories, come from that, and so anyway, I thought it was interesting because think about that. you cannot have a man walk around naked anywhere on this planet right now and not get arrested for it. And if it doesn't make national news, it will make local news, so you can find it. And I mean just stalk walking through with this character of, yeah, look at me, look at how perfect I am, look at how sexy I am. Are you kidding me? They would haul his ass to jail, you know? And even though Shiva pissed off all of these men, and there was some crazy karma that came with for those men, as well as for the connection to Shiva, because it says that his phallus, they cursed his phallus and it fell off. And think about that. If it fell off, how many women picked that sucker up? Sorry. But really, how many? Just saying, like, you see. Anyway, I think that's where masturbation might have started. But anyway, yeah, like, think about that. That is, that's amazing. And that would have meant that if you, by some luck of the draw, was walking by and you happen to have seen this golden phallus laying on the floor, you might have been tempted to experiment with it. And then, you're a part of the karmic. All of a sudden, you're a part of the one of the beings that has been with Shiva, that is, think about what I said earlier, that is energy, that is the primal energy, that is the beginning, that is the source energy. So how, and I look at that on both sides, as Shakti as well as Shiva, because they don't tell you the stories about Shakti, but there's always the counterpart. So most women know that they have to have that side, also. But what if we really took a step back? Because as beings that are coming in to represent the divine being, we're coming in to represent her in different ways. And some of us are creating completely new ways. And if that's the case, then Shiva, the one that all of these women are connected to, is not the same Shiva that's coming from the actual divine source. They're not the actual physical, spiritual, emotional, the full embodiment of the divine. They're not that being. They're like a deity, or like a demon, or like, whatever class you want to put it in. It just goes down and down from there. But like a worshiper of God, or a wealthy man, or a you know what I'm saying? Like, it can keep trickling down to its smallest source, But the idea is that we have to look forward, and we have to be able to say, that's okay for you to have had your experience. That's okay for you to be able to experience. That's what we came here for. We came here to help find each other, bring ourselves, all of the pieces back together. And if we do that, that means we have to be the most honest in this time. And in this time, you had a lot of counterparts. It's billions of years, you know what I mean, since you last was with your true self, when you were really being honest with yourself, when you were finally taking down all the walls, when you were finally saying, I can stand before this person naked and be confident because they see me as my glorified self, as well as I see them the same way. You can't shun from that light. And I think that that's where we're going, so bright that for so many around us, it's blinding, But anyway, I thought that was interesting to have that vision, and I thought I would share it with you guys. And I will post this, but I kind of wanted to just say, to all of those that are on this journey and are listening to this journey and are experiencing this journey and are questioning and are connected with the universal consciousness, don't worry about it. Like, Don't worry. Just like relax and let the universe take over. Namaste. Good night. And I hope that you guys visit me again very soon. Bye.